Would you feel confident buying a home or selling a home in the winter in Cheyenne, or would you suggest waiting till after the holidays or into the spring?
Well, I know you were going to give me a hard time about my answer, but it really does depend. And it depends because if you have some time and maybe you don't need to move, a move isn't that has to take place, you maybe do wait. And there's no secret about it. Ultimately, the best time of our market is the spring market. The spring and early summer market is by far the best, most activity, most buyers are out, most feel of appreciation for property values is when that mostly happens. However, there are things that happen and life happens, and so you may have you may need to downsize, you may have to move the areas, and so you still have to sell, and so you have to overcome those challenges during that time. And there's some different things. So when you're buying in a market like that's maybe here during this time of year, there are some advantages. And a lot of those can come from motivation of sellers. Maybe the seller's motivation is higher at this point. Maybe they have had their home on the market a few months, a couple months, 3 months, 4 months, 8 months, whatever it may be. And they are getting to the end of this year, and it just kind of happens. It kind of happens in your mind, I need to sell before the end of this year. And a lot of people want to sell because they don't want to have their property, maybe if it's vacant, especially, go through the winter months.
Right.
And then you're waiting, you're hoping the heat stays on, the pipes don't freeze, all those different things. And I think just mentally, it's good to know that you're done with it in a year. The new year starts. So with that said, the motivation of a seller may be better. You may be able to work a little bit better of a deal negotiation-wise as a buyer this time of year. So that's definitely a pro. A con maybe is a buying in this kind of market, maybe availability of going around and looking, as we start to get snow and snowstorms and darker nights, darker evenings earlier, it's harder to get out there and check things out, especially, no one really likes to go looking at homes when there's 6 inches of snow, but sometimes it has to happen. So
right.
There are pros and cons on buying for sure during this time of year.